Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. My husband and I just got back from our vacation to Las Vegas for a family reunion, and then we also took the opportunity to go over and see the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam on the way back. So while we were gone, I received in the mail my regular April Ipsy bag, as well as I had ordered from Ulta the new It Cosmetics foundation, and I figured it would be fun to do an unboxing and then start putting product on my face. Brought over some of the things that I brought with me on vacation. We're also going to play with that Pur Festival palette from, I believe it was the BoxyCharm. That I have worn before. I wore it once to work before we left on vacation, and actually the colors were beautiful and they stayed all day long. So I'm not sure why people were dogging on that palette. It's the one I tried doing swatches of, which was just comical. Nobody ever told me how hard that was, but you know, hey, we live and we learn. But first we're gonna do the quick Ipsy bag unboxing, unbagging, whatever. And then I think what I'm going to do from now on with my Ipsy, since I'm getting the regular bag and I'm getting the Glam Bag Plus, is I will just wait until we get both of them in the mail, and then I'll do a, single video dedicated to Ipsy each month. That way we can see what's the differences between the regular bag and the Glam Bag Plus, other than the fact that the Plus has full-size products and the just regular Glam Bag is just sample size products. But are they duplicated? Are they completely different? I think these were actually completely different than what I got in my Glam Bag Plus. So the inserted card this time around gives you no information other than here's what the card itself looks like. And then on the inside, as far as the products are concerned, it just tells you to go online for tutorials, videos, and tons more of info on your 5 products. And then also that starting, I think, is it starting in May? Does it say when it starts? No, it just says that every month on the 2nd, you can now have a chance to add on either a deluxe sample or full-size product to your Ipsy bag. Now about the whole 5 products thing. I didn't get 5 products in my bag this month, so I don't know if I'm missing something. I'm not even sure where to go to check. But if they count the bag as a product, then it's 5. But I only had 4 things in the bag and then the card. So, I don't know. The bag this month, it's got these cute little lemons on it, standard, zip pull, and it's even kind of plastic on the outside as well. And then just your standard kind of fabric-y on the inside. Nothing out of the ordinary or super special, but yet another kind of cute, summery, springy kind of looking bag. And then we got in here the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Undereye concealer, which this does come in, it says 48 shades. It is developed with plastic surgeons. This award-winning anti-aging concealer is highly pigmented, won't crease or crack, and truly covers everything. Developed with plastic surgeons and dermatologists, clinically tested. It does say to warm a tiny amount with fingers, tap on to skin, and blend using your favorite It Cosmetics brush. Can also be worn as foundation. Now I actually, because luckily for me, this came in 13 Light Natural. And that is actually the shade that I already have in a full size, which I will be using this again today. I still need to edit a video where I was comparing purchased It Cosmetics products from like Ulta and Sephora compared to ones that I purchased off of wish.com. Because I still need to edit that. I will try to get that one up before this one. Otherwise, the references that I make in this one aren't going to make any sense. But when I tried this on and I was using, you know, just this side of my face was, you know, the Ulta and Sephora, you know, US purchase products. And this side of my face was the stuff from Wish. I got way too much of this. And it was cakey. So you really only need a pin-sized amount with this. If you're, you know, I'll have to look up the price. I'll put the prices for the full-size products on everything below, like I do normally in the description box. But this stuff is intense, and it really only takes just a pin-sized amount, not even a pea-sized amount, a pin-sized amount is all it takes. But that's for later, so we'll set that off to the side. So, bag, under eye concealer. We also received a fingernail polish, which again, I have my nails done professionally, so I will probably not be using this myself. It's probably gonna go to one of my girls. But the nail polish this time is from Pretty Woman. The shade is Wanderlust. And it says that all of our nail polishes are 10-free, cruelty-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, phthalate-free, petrochemical-free, GMA-free, and triclosan-free? I don't know what that is. But it says it's an innovative, fast-drying, and long-lasting formula that resists chipping, cracking, fading, or peeling for up to 10 days. And this is what the polish itself looks like. So it's a nice, pretty blue. Made in the USA, it says, and it looks like Holtzville, New York. And you can find more at prettywomannyc.com if you are interested in that. Next, in the bag, I got a little single eyeshadow, which came in this little box. And this also says that it is cruelty-free and vegan. It says a color-soaked golden shimmer eyeshadow with extra fine pigments infused with coconut oil to help hydrate skin for lush and vibrant color, free of parabens, phthalates, and mineral oil. And then it comes, this is what the little eyeshadow itself looks like in the little container. And then we open it up, and here's the color itself. So we're going to play with this today with the eyeshadow here very soon. And then last but not least, in here we got a mascara from, I think it's Doucce? Doucce might make sense. It says it's made in Germany. But it's Doucce. So if I'm saying it wrong, sorry, I have no idea. But it's called the Punk Volumizer Mascara. And we took a look at the wand last night, and this thing is gigantic. Look at that thing. Goodness sakes. So that should be interesting to try and put on my eyes with my tiny eyes. But that's it. That's all that I got in the regular glam bag for April. And now I figure we can play with some makeup. Because like I mentioned earlier, I did get the It Confidence in a Foundation, the new foundation from It Cosmetics. Hopefully I got a shade that's good for me. And let's see, on the box it's got its typical, it says long wear, weightless, full coverage, velvet matte finish. And it says the directions are using your favorite It Cosmetics brush, buff 1 to 2 pumps of foundation onto clean skin in circular motions for your most flawless looking finish. And it says for external use only. What I don't even want to know. But then it says use as directed, keep out of reach of children, discontinue use if irritation occurs. And it says it's skin loving, hydrating formula infused with ceramides, peptides, hydrolyzed collagen, hyaluronic acid, and squalane. The shade that I got was Light Natural, so kind of like the under eye concealer. So we're gonna hope for the best here. And I did already do all of my skincare. I primed. I actually used the primer from Wish that the pump broke on before even getting a full pump out of it. So I just kind of used it like a squeezy tube and was super careful. But I've also got my Painterly Paint Pot on. And I guess without further ado, we're gonna go in first with the eyeshadow. Okay, so quick little refresher here. This is that Pur Festival palette from, like I said, pretty sure this one came from BoxyCharm with my hilarious swatching. And here's all the shades again. And I think these have actually got like the perfect mattes for me for transition and darkening up that outer corner and all that jazz. So let's go in with the transition shade, which I'm going to use Epic. And back and forth motions. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that little one from Nomad, which again, that's what this looks like. And I'm going to take my favorite little bullet brush here. And we're going to sweep that over the mobile lid. Ooh, that picked up a lot. Nice. This could be fun. This could be messy. Let's see. Wow, that did almost that entire lid with just that one little bit of packing there. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Guess we'll see how the staying power on that works, but that's pretty. I like that. Okay, now on inner corner, I'm going to take Free Spirit back in here from the Pure palette. Hopefully I can do this with the mirror being so far away. And then I think I'm going to grab my slightly smaller little bullet brush, which is a JH39 it looks like. So it just has a smaller head to it. And I'm going to use that for highlighting the brown bone using that same Free Spirit color or shade or whatever. Although my brow bone seems like it's a bit naturally shiny. Never hurts to add just a little bit more glimmer and shimmer and fun stuff. I want Hidden Desert or do I want All Night? I think I did Hidden Desert when I went to work. Let's try that one again. What the heck? And this one we'll tap off the excess. And then let's just fluff this up in here. Might fiddle with that a little bit more later, we shall see. But that's it for the eyeshadow for now, because now we gotta try and do foundation and concealer. So it says to use the brush. So I brought over both, I have a number 22 Heavenly Luxe Bye Bye Foundation brush. That's got like this big, it is clean. I just thinks that's stained from prior use. That one, and then I also have the Heavenly Luxe number 23 dual-ended buff and blend. So it's got this exact same head on it, which obviously also has a little bit of stain there that I couldn't wash out. And then this one is actually for concealer. So I'm gonna try what they said, blend in with my fingers, and then go in with the brush, and maybe that can take out the excess, because this is gonna be fun. But we're gonna go in first with the foundation. See how it goes with the brush. Or you know what I can do? Because I have my Juno and Company, this big one. This isn't the velvet one, but this is like a, and it matches my fingernail polish. But what I might do is I'll apply it with the sponge on half of my face and the brush on the other half of my face, because why not? It's my channel, I do what I want. And now here's to hoping it's the right shade. Okay, so it says to use 1 to 2 pumps. I don't know if it's gonna need that much because it seems like a pretty fairly thick formula. Which, let's see if you can see that on my little paddle there. So that looks pretty thick. So I don't want to put on too much and end up looking like a fool. But if I do, I do. Okay, I think I've got about an equal amount on each side. So we'll go in first with the brush on this side. I actually did a fairly decent job of covering up on that side, so we'll set this off. And now we'll grab the sponge for the other side. Try to finish getting this buffed in before it starts drying up on my face. Okay, well, I think it looks actually pretty good whether you use a brush or a sponge. Let's see if we can get you zoomed in here. See if we can get a closer look at the finish. They both look equally kind of luminous. Like usual, you can still see the red poking through on my chin. You can still see it around my nose, center of my forehead here, but otherwise it actually looks pretty good. You also need a little bit more for the spot up here. I'm not quite sure what I did there, but I got a red spot up there. It's not a pimple, it's just the red spot. It is settling into the fine lines there. But again, that's not abnormal. And of course my deep one's up here, so that's something that I'll be taking care of. Ooh, I need to... I think I missed this spot. Goodness sakes. Wow. That was classic. Okay, so anyway, yeah, with that foundation it did say 1 to 2 pumps. 1 was plenty for both sides of my face, because I'm gonna have to go back over with concealer anyway for the aforementioned red areas. But now here we are, and let's try not to use too much of this. Which so far, every time I have tried, guess what? I've used too much. But I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to take the excess and put it over the red areas. So here is, I tried to get just a teeny tiny little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but that is not a lot. And let's do the whole warming up on the fingertips. And hoping for the best. I think this time on my chin, I'm just gonna go in with the It Bye Bye foundation powder and powder over the top of that. But that little bit actually did quite well, I think, at least from a distance. With my under eyes, I'm going to actually bring my mirror closer for this part, because I gotta flip it on over to the Get Scary Close side. And let's actually turn the light on, because again, I gotta get scary close. The powder that I brought with me to Arizona is this little Cover FX matte setting powder, and this is in the shade Light, and it worked okay. I brought it along because it has like a little closure thing even inside to hopefully keep the powder from going everywhere. Didn't work. Didn't work. Probably because I put it in my checked baggage, and you know, those guys just kind of huck that stuff around. But let's see what we can do with getting this under eye finished up. Yeah, because it's creasing pretty bad. Pretty bad. So here goes nothing. We're gonna use this little brush on this side, and then I'm gonna set, and then I have a couple of small sponges with me. So I think I will use this one to kind of pat out and then put on the setting powder on this eye, and I'll just use this one for the setting powder on this eye. Hey, that's actually doing a fairly decent job over there. Now, clean up this one. For reference, the only reason why I didn't bring my Coty Airspun with me is because my container for it is cracked, and I didn't want it to completely split in half and have powder everywhere. Otherwise, I would have brought my Holy Grail with me on vacation. Okay, so we're gonna let that set and bake for a little bit. I still have some dark circles here. I'm just terrified of putting on any more. So that is just going to end up, probably go grab my Bare Minerals Bisque and put that over the top. And now that I have the mirror closer, I can also see that the brush side did not blend in nearly as well as the sponge side. Kind of patchy on the chin. I almost buffed it with the wrong one. Okay, so let's take care of those lines here. And we'll grab my big old Morphe E41 and dip into the rest of this setting powder, which this is very finely milled. It does remind me a lot of the Coty Airspun. We're gonna jump back in, get that lower lash line taken care of. So as usual, I'm gonna go in with the color I used for the transition, which is Epic. And now this is a lot more intense on this little brush than what it is on the upper lid. You know, but hey, I'm gonna put something a little bit darker over the top of it anyway. So there's that. Grab my little angled brush, go back into Hidden Desert. Probably should have brought this one with me for vacation, because these glittery ones would have been pretty awesome for when we went to the casino. Next time. Okay, and then for bronzer, I just brought with me my Marc Jacobs. I know you've seen me wear this quite a bit. And this is the, what is it? The Omega Bronze 104 Tan-tastic. And grab my big ol' JH02. Just kind of stamp around the forehead. Do my little bronzing thing. Doesn't take a whole awful lot of that. And now we're gonna go in with a blush. So if they correspond directly with the names on the back, I think this one is called Tempo. It is this one right here. This one, I think. I think that one's Tempo. It's a little bit darker, but since I'm not going anywhere, now's the perfect time to test it out. Because again, the only people that are going to see it are you guys. And so far, you have been very kind and not very judgmental on my skills on this stuff, so I appreciate that. And then again, I just kind of, well, I don't know if again, but I just tap it on. Yeah, that's not too dark at all. See, it looks terrifying in the pan, and it's not. That's cool. Okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use the highlight shade from this palette, which is called Hi-Fi, and it is this one right here. But this did come with me to Vegas, and then I also brought along the original Tarte Pro Glow, which looks like this, and it's just got 4 highlighter shades, a cream bronzer, and a powder bronzer. I've never used the cream one because again, I'm terrified. I tend to do all the powdering first and then go, oh darn, forgot. One of these days I'll remember. Let's do our finishing powders, and then let's see if we can't fix the foundation a little bit with the Bye Bye foundation powder. And this I'll normally put on my chin and around my nose once I'm all done and go, can still see the red, it's still peeking through. And I'd use this over the top of any foundation that I use when I need just a little bit more. I mean, nothing makes it go away entirely, but it helps. I think I'm going to pause you for the eyebrows, and then we're going to come back in with the mascara, and I may do eyeliner as well. I'll see here in a minute how I feel, but I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, not only did I do my eyebrows, I put on some eyeliner on the upper lash line because we are going to try again with the magnetic lash liner, or magnetic eyeliner from Lash Liner, which I have tried this before. I did this as part of a Miraness Australia first impression video that the audio got all messed up on, and then I honestly haven't tried it since, so this will only be my second shot at this. So I put on the regular eyeliner, which I used my favorite E.L.F, just this little guy, and it's got just a brush tip on the end of the wand so that you can really control how fine of a line you get. And Hopefully I didn't just, I did, I just broke it. Of course this is getting kind of old too, so it's probably not a bad thing, but gosh darn it, it just split. I know I've had this thing for well over a year, so it's probably not a bad idea to throw that away. But then I went ahead and I put on, like I said, my lipstick as well, waited for the kids to quiet down. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with the mascara, because usually then after I do the mascara, once that dries, then I'll go back in with the, my little Q-tips from, which I've got regular size Q-tips now in with my tiny ones. Kind of clean up under the under eye. I brought over my Bare Minerals Bisque so I can kind of show you what I do there. But actually I guess before we do mascara I should probably put on the magnetic eyeliner, and hopefully we can do this at an angle where you guys can see. I am actually going to use the applicator from this, which it actually looks a lot like the one from the E.L.F. It's just a brush at the end of the wand. And let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Hopefully I got enough on there. I'm going to try to keep my eyes open because I don't want it to transfer to the upper part of my lids. And I believe what it says is to let it dry for a couple of minutes. So we will take the opportunity now. We'll put on this new Punk Volumizer mascara. I do like to do the lower lash line first, because then I can keep my eyes down, and because if you put it on the upper lash line first, then when you put your head down to get the lower lash line, the upper lashes get all over your upper lids. So you do the lower lash line first on both sides and you don't have that problem with this stuff. But I knew that was probably going to happen with my small eyes. And that's what Q-tips are for. Well, I definitely made a gigantic mess of myself. I don't think it did anything as far as volumizing. I mean, it's not too clumpy. It's a little spider-esque, but not too bad. I may end up continuing to play with this just to see if I can get a better hang of this wand, but I've even got it in my lower waterline. It's everywhere. But, you know, hey, we'll see how it wears throughout the day. And if it doesn't end up all over my face by the end of the day, might try it at work tomorrow. I don't know. Right now, though, not too entirely impressed with it. But I think now while that is drying a little bit, I'm gonna show you my little Q-tip trick. Grabbed a regular size one this time. And let's see, I wonder if I can zoom you in and take a look at this lower lash line, and you'll also get to see the gigantic mess I made with the mascara too, which is fabulous. But as you can see here, oh, we got nice and close. As you can see here, look at all of that creasing. Same on this side. And then obviously the mascara. Now, one thing that's nice about the putting the eyeliner on the upper lash lid is that it also then, if you get mascara there as you're trying to get it on, you can't tell because it ends up on the black. So that's a bonus. But I still got it like all the way up here. Well, it comes off nice and easy. That can be good, can be bad. But that only took just a little bit of, as you saw, just kind of flick that off. Let's see. I know you're not supposed to pull on the lower lids because it causes more wrinkles. But I'd rather not stab myself in the eye with a Q-tip either. So I'll do this part before cleaning up the lower lash line, which that seemed to stain my lower lid a little bit. Alright. Note to self, try not to get mascara on your waterline. Okay. Now, here's what I do to try and get these wrinkles out, as I take the Q-tip and I very lightly go over the top. And this does the dual job of cleaning up that mascara and getting that excess product off that's settling in those fine lines and wrinkles. I don't know if you can tell because on the monitor it looks grainy even though it's a 4K monitor, but you can still see where it's settled in. It's not as bad. And then, like I said, you can still see the darkness here. So I'm going to grab my Bisque and shake a little bit of this into the cap. This is actually my original brush for concealer from my first kit of Bare Minerals foundation and concealer and everything. Coat a little bit on there, tap off the excess, and then go in over the top. Because since this was already set with a powder, it can't go in with a cream on top of it. Otherwise you're going to have even a bigger gigantic mess. And just back and forth motions. Kind of combination between patting and still using the brush to try to wipe out those lines. They're not going to go away entirely, and that's okay. But it can at least improve it a little bit. I also use it in case I got the eyeshadow down too low on the side. I'll go on up the side here, kind of erase that eyeshadow that's too low. Yeah, those dark circles just do not want to go away today, do they? Such is life. But we can at least make them a little bit better. Oh, my nose is still just absolutely a mess on that side. I honestly do not like how the foundation applied with the brush. I like it better with a sponge. It seems to be sitting in my pores. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but you can kind of see how it's just kind of pin dotted in there. And I even used the Milk Makeup Blur Stick all over my face today. But on the sponge side, it's not doing it as badly. You can still see though my veins in there. I'm going to take a little bit more of this Bisque. See if I can't cover that spot a little bit better. It should now be, eyeliner should be dry enough that we can try out these magnetic lashes. Now I didn't purchase the lashes from the lash liner company. I have already had for a long time Ardell magnetic lashes. So those are the ones we're going to play with. These are the ones that I had tried putting on before. I did just get this. This is the Tarte lash applicator. If we can get that to show up this close. There we go. Because it does look like it actually closes pretty well. This will be my first time using this, so the only thing that's kind of sucks is that it's metal and they're magnetic. Might not have been the best plan, but we're gonna try. So I'll just try grabbing it away from the little magnets, which, let's see, can we get these to focus where you can see the little magnets on? There we go. So you can see two pretty close together there in the middle, one in the inner corner and one on the outer corner. And you're supposed to get these as close as you can. I think it says to do it on the inner corner first. Well, here goes nothing. Well, I did get it to stick to the liner, but I don't think I've got the curve right on it. So I'm gonna bend these a little bit. Try this again just using my hand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to take the bottom lashes, which these are the Ardell, these are pre-cut. So this comes in a couple of different ones for the bottom. I'm going to see if I can't slap on these bottom ones to also help the upper ones hold on. Because like the first time using this, the liner does pretty well, but I think that I need just either a little bit more practice which is entirely possible. It keeps moving. Oh, there we go. I think I actually got them on. Okay. Let's zoom you on back out again, because I think I'm gonna have to clean up around the top. So I will do that off camera, because I'm sure you don't want to see me awkwardly messing with it. And I will come back for final thoughts on everything. All right, so I got it cleaned up as best as I could. Ended up having to just go with a wider line on the upper lash line. I think maybe part of the problem is I didn't use enough of the magnetic liner. Otherwise, they'd stick better if I had used more. But I do have them on, which is more than I can say for when I don't use it. I will have to continue experimenting with it, obviously. The lashes feel really weird, but that could just be because I'm not used to wearing them. Now that I actually have a decent applicator for lashes, I may also try the regular you know, glue on ones a little bit more as well and see how I do with those. Maybe they wouldn't be feeling quite so weird, but then, like I said, it's just, I'm not used to wearing lashes. My final thoughts are on the foundation. Like I mentioned before, I like it better with the sponge than I do the brush. The under eye concealer, still gonna get the hang of that. I was afraid to use too much, still ended up creasing even using the just teeny little amount that I did. Obviously you saw me with cleaning up the under eye area and then having to put more concealer over the top, and you can still see my dark bags, which sucks. Genetics, there's nothing I can do about it. So, but overall, if you do get a chance, or if you got that Pur Festival palette in your boxy and you haven't given a shot yet, give it a try. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it actually looks very nice. It's kind of fun, very kind of sunset type of colors. I do really like, matter of fact, it doesn't look like it's budged at all. I don't see any transferring onto my upper lid area. This, I don't know, it's not quite brow bone. I don't know what that's called, but where it's normally transferring right here, I don't see that happening with that, which I'm very impressed, because lately they've all been transferring to the upper lid from the mobile lid, if you know what I mean. I really should probably learn what that's called. But otherwise, like I said, I used the powder, the Cover FX, just really on vacation, and it does the job. I mean, it's setting powder. It doesn't seem to have any flashback. It doesn't seem to, I mean, it's good. But I think the Coty Airspun is just as good and is a fraction of the cost for a lot of product. Just the only place that I have found the Coty Airspun is at Walmart, and it's like $5-6. It was funny, after I did the stuff for It Cosmetics on Wish, I tried looking for Coty Airspun on Wish, and they charge way too much money for it. Just go to Walmart, get it there, super cheap, and it lasts forever. Like I said though, with the mascara, I didn't see it being very volumizing at all. I mean, the best thing I can say about it is it wasn't clumpy, but it got everywhere, like everywhere. I've never had mascara in my lower lash line before. But on the bright side, it didn't hurt. So I guess there's that. But anyway, that's it. This is the finished look. For lips, I used the Makeup Forever, and I believe it was Boundless Berry, which is one of my favorite. Yes, Boundless Berry for the lip liner. And then the lipstick is the Nars liquid lipstick in American Woman. This is also my favorite. I actually wear this most days when I just want a kind of a nude berry-ish kind of lip going on there. It dries down totally matte, so it's not, doesn't transfer, at least maybe not a lot, does a little bit I guess, but then this is still fairly fresh. It's not too bad, and I like it how it's comfortable. It doesn't completely dry my lips out, and it's not horrible trying to get off either. But anyway, yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. So a little bit more than just an Ipsy unbagging. I figured we could have a little bit more fun, put makeup on, and try out some new stuff, some old stuff, show you some tricks. Hopefully something that I've done teaches you something new. We'll definitely, like I said, experiment more with the magnetic liner or just regular lashes. can't be as hard as it seems. You see everybody else just popping them right on. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy the video. If you like it, please like the video. If you like me, please subscribe to my channel. You're welcome back anytime, whether you subscribe or not. I'm more than happy to have you here. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave me either in the box below. And until then, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!